Alright everybody, welcome to this strange video. Now, forewarning, this is gonna be a pretty rambly type video. I'm gonna try and structure myself in a way where it's not super hard to watch, but this is a completely unplanned, very raw and unscripted style video, right? So I figured there are certain things that people ask me every once in a while, that I feel like I want to expand on. More of a frequently asked questions scenario. And I guess we can get started. I'm gonna talk about why I do this, why I run this channel and upload these videos and make these streams, and all this nonsense. And maybe somebody's gonna relate. Maybe somebody who makes videos on DSP is gonna feel the same way. And maybe that's gonna clarify some stuff, because maybe some people are asking, why is he making all these streams on Phil? Is he obsessed with Phil? Spoilers, I'm not. Is he in it for the money? Spoilers, I'm not. Is he, I don't know, chilling and interacting? Pretty much. But okay, let's get into it. First, how do I even know about DSP? This fucking asshole DSP. Now, around 2016-17, somewhere there, I was working. And I work with my family. And we have pretty long summers together working. And during the summer, I want to listen to some stuff on my headphones while I'm doing some work. And I usually prefer longer style stuff so I don't have to, switch the video constantly. So I was looking at game reviews. I was trying to expand my subscription list and add some more people to the list. So I happened to come across DSP's viral video about Homefront: The Revolution. I watched it, and I said to myself, damn, there is something fishy going on with this guy. And there's certain people on the internet where you kind of see them and you instantly know something fishy is going on. It's like a gut feeling. With like people like Onision, like Shane Dawson, like these lolcows, like Ethan Ralph. Even your first impression is probably gonna be negative, and it's gonna hint towards something fishy happening with this guy. Now, I watched his video. I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was a pretty, not even mediocre, pretty bad review. I didn't watch any more of his stuff. Now, years after, probably like 2 years after that, well, a year after that, who knows? Somehow I get caught up on listening to Liquid Richard stuff and watching Wings, and kind of getting into the idea of a lolcow. And Liquid Richard is a lot of fun for me, and you've obviously seen from the songs that I made and stuff. It's an inspiration to me, and it's a way that I make fun of DSP in a pretty lighthearted way. And I put my hobby, which is making beats and putting those songs together, and I blended with making fun of DSP, just like Liquid Richard. So I've been watching Wings. Then maybe I think I saw one of the songs when DSP was at it, and I kind of found out the DSP was this lolcow. But I always found him to be more tame and more boring than Wings. So I was just catching up to Wings. Eventually, I caught up, and he started getting boring because lolcows are pretty much only fun while you're catching up, and then when it's going on live, it's most of the time it's a dud. But anyways, I've been watching him, and at some point, something stupid happened to DSP. I don't even remember what, but it was some stupid shit. I decided to start watching it. Somehow ended on a Tevin stream. You know how it goes. It's a vortex. So eventually, now we get to how I started this channel, right? In late last year, in September, on the 1st of September, I saw a Snort Burnell video about DSP begging for memberships. And it was one of the more disgusting things that I've seen somebody do on YouTube. It was very fucking disgusting. The way this guy was begging for subs, and just basically telling people to not expect anything in return and just to give him money. And I thought, man, because at this point when I was listening to that video, the Snort Burnell video, think I was cleaning in the kitchen or something. Maybe I was cooking dinner, maybe I was doing some stuff. I remember I was in the kitchen. And I started like I paused the video at some point and I started ranting in my head about this guy, and I started being like, "Man, this guy's such a fucking asshole. He's expecting people to go out of their way, support him and all these other stuff, and he's giving nothing in return." So on and so forth. And then at some point I'm like, "All right, there's plenty of people that shit talk DSP. I might as well just make a video about the stuff that I'm ranting about, and maybe somebody's gonna agree with it." So I did it, make a pretty simplistic video reacting to the Snort Burnell video basically, and I call out DSP. I shit on him a little bit, criticize him, you know how it is. And eventually this video got a couple of hundred views, which is pretty surprising to me because I guess people agreed with it. Somebody I remember posted it on Reddit, maybe something like that. And then afterwards, I figured, I guess, I mean, this guy is an asshole. I can do a couple more videos shitting on him if I really feel like it. And then I saw a couple more things that really irritated me about him. He was ranting about Review Tech USA and being a lolcow and all this nonsense. And this was sort of my period of phasing into DSP lore and actually catching up with all that stuff, because I was gone for a while. I forgot to say this. At some point, when the Raptors won the NBA title, I was watching basketball instead of watching DSP because it was more productive. It was more fun. I just didn't care about him. Then I come back. It turns out he lost his partnership, and this is around the time I start my channel. Okay, because now I realize I kind of screw up the timeline. He lost his partnership. Tevin gave up on watching him. He went on Twitch. DSP had all this drama happen to him and such and such. And then, as somebody who was listening for over a year, actively to people like GTG, to people like Tevin streams, and those people are now not that active. There was a void. There was, they were kind of missing from the landscape of those people that made videos. And I'm like, well, fuck it. If I can't listen to them, then I guess I can just try and fill that void. So I started doing the lore streams and trying to learn some stuff about what's been happening with DSP and have some shits and giggles off of Phil. And then eventually channel became something more than that. It became something that I could be gone for like a week or 2 weeks and people are still gonna come back and watch the old streams and leave some comments that are gonna even remind me that, hey, I did this fucking stream that I even forgot about. So it eventually I started feeling like, okay, even if I don't have much to say about DSP, I don't have much to add to him. Let's at least have a good laugh off him. Let's goof on him a little bit. You know, make a song or something, make a stream here and there. Even if I don't care about it or feel like it, it doesn't really matter. It's more about the general thing of putting it out there for the community, and the community responds positively and they come back, and they're happy when you're back, and so on and so forth. And basically that's where we are, I guess. I guess it's not that hard of a fucking story. I guess it's not that long of a thing. Now, why I do this? I guess we're gonna get to the actual title of the video. Why I do this. Now, number one, I do this because it's fun. That's the first and foremost thing, is fun. Because it helps me entertain myself. Because it's like those games that let you make your own fun, where you can entertain yourself, and it also lets me have the possibility to entertain other people who are enjoying it, which is great. And it's awesome, and I can do all of this in the comfort of my own home when I'm having a beer and smoking something that's legal and chilling and relaxing after a day of work or something like that, or whatever it is. Secondly, I do this for practice, because in real life I freelance video editing sometimes. I used to do that quite a bit. I used to work on sound engineering and mixing and stuff like that. So there go the songs and stuff like that. Is just practice for me. It helps me work it out. Even though it's not something that I could put on my resume like the YouTube channel, and I in some aspects I wish I could, because there's a lot of work that I put in it, in those practical kind of ways. It's still very, very useful practice. Making the thumbnails is a ton of fun, and it helped me get much better in Photoshop than I used to be back before I started. It helped me learn a lot of Premiere Pro, some of Camtasia Studio. It helped me learn some more stuff about music and so on doing this channel. Now, why else do I do this? The third reason is that DSP genuinely bothers me. Now, he doesn't bother me in a personal aspect where I lose sleep over him. It just bothers me that people like this can exist, and that society allows people like this to just go on and carry on with their lives completely unbothered. People like this that are ungrateful, that put zero effort in anything they do. People that are entitled like this. People that are arrogant like this. People that don't acknowledge their own flaws that like this. Which ties in with the next reason is that I can see some of my flaws that I am aware of. I can see them in DSP. And I'm sure that applies to many, many people because DSP is an extremely profoundly flawed person in many, many aspects, in pretty much every aspect that you can think of. And of course, many people can see their own flaws in DSP, and they could see the flaws that they are aware of about themselves. So, for example, let's say that I'm bad with money. I'm bad with money, but I'm aware of that. I try and be a little bit better with money, right? Let's say I buy less games a month. I don't buy as many games. I don't buy as many. I don't pay for as many subscription services and stuff like that. And then I look at somebody like Phil, who has who his money issues are seriously above and beyond what my money issues are. And he is so reckless with it and completely ignores the problem. And then many people, as you can see with different flaws that he has, they can find their own flaws and they can get irritated about the fact that his flaws are so much more serious and yet they go completely unnoticed by him. And this could irritate a lot of people, which I think. Now, the next reason, in something that DSP says a lot about the trolls, why they troll him, is money. Now, money is not a reason for me. I'd never really started doing this so I could monetize. I wasn't planning or thinking that my channel would really be big enough to monetize within the first year. My initial plan was not plan, but I guess estimate was that I would get like 300 subs until the end of the year. That was my actual plan, and I think I had about a 1500 by the end of December, but I'm not really sure. Which in any case was above and beyond what I expected to get. So no, money's never been an actual reason or a motivator for me to do stuff on DSP. I got a job. I'm happy with it. My girlfriend got a job. We're doing fine. And if we weren't, the last thing I would do is make videos on DSP. I would make videos and do some freelance work and get myself some projects to work on instead of doing DSP videos or begging or stuff like that. So there we go. But that's my personal point. Maybe somebody's in it for the money. Maybe they make a lot of money. That's fucking fine. Go do whatever you want. I'm not Fred Fox. I'm not gonna tell you how to monetize your stuff or not. I think I monetize my stuff fairly. I make it so you can only support me if you definitely want to, out of your own desire, out of your own decision. There's no ads that run on any of my stuff because I think it's hypocritical because I use ad block. I don't watch anybody's ads. I don't feel it would be fair if I uh, thought that you should watch my ads. And also, watching ads is a way to not really voluntarily support somebody. So I would prefer people to support me out of their own will than making them forcing them to sit through an ad or whatever without them wanting to do so. Um, then, oh yes, memberships. Memberships are a thing that I did, and I'm happy I did because I put in quite some work to get some fun benefits and some extra videos. Memberships are a thing that I like doing because the sole reason I started this channel is to dump on Phil because had a terrible take on memberships. So this was my entire reason to start this channel, and I wanted to know if I'm gonna make the memberships, I'm gonna make them right. So I'm gonna do exclusive content that both is not super terrible, but at the same time doesn't feel paywalled, as in like an exclusive well-produced video about DSP that is paywalled. Even though it's $1 paywall, it's still a paywall, and some people can see it as a problem. So I try and balance it between, you know, having it be fair, pricing wise, where you can pay $1 and get all the emotes and spam them on the screen, and you know, you get your badge and you get a Discord thing and you get the extra videos that I make every once in a while and an extra community post, whatever you get. All right, so that's about it with monetization, I guess. And though there's no other ones. There's people asking me if I'm gonna make an extra tier for like memberships, for like premium member, but there's really no point. I have 2 tiers. The first one is really standard and the bare minimum of pricing, and the second one is, I think, about like $2 more expensive, and that one is solely if you just want to give me more money. That's literally it. That's the super supporter tier, and I'm not really planning on making anything above that. And that being said, of course, I'm very thankful to people showing up and dropping a super chat or a tip or whatever they do. I don't ask for it, but it means a lot, considering you go out of your way to toss some coin at somebody on the internet. It means a lot to me, uh, the gesture by itself. So thanks anyways. But if you would want to subscribe to the channel, like the video, is the same thing with me. All right. What else do I gotta talk about? Let's see. Why I've been gone, I guess. The last 2 weeks, I haven't been releasing a lot of stuff because I'm busy at work, and that's about it. And when I'm off work, sometimes I just want to relax, and I don't think all of the time it's very relaxing to look at a spoiled man-child getting his hand held through his entire life and getting everything purchased for him by people who care about him way more than they should, and bear way more responsibility than they should about his own life that he refuses to take. Okay? So that's why. Because sometimes I just don't find it very fun to be watching Phil after work. There's a second reason to this that it's kind of similar. The second reason is that due to time zones, I can't really be watching his live stream live and his pre-stream most of the days, because this falls on about 8 o'clock in the evening my time. So this is basically prime time to spend time with my girlfriend, to, you know, chill by myself, watch a movie, enjoy my night. So I don't really feel like doing that for DSP and watching his stream instead, which is a massive waste of time. Now, whenever I can do it or I have desire to do it, I do it. I make sure to make it kind of a policy for me to not stream unless I feel like streaming it. And the second thing is to stop streaming when I'm bored, and not just make long streams for the sake of it. Because sometimes I just get bored, I just zone out or I tune out, and I just can't go anymore. And I feel like if I just sit there and ramble and just repeat myself or just plain be boring, I'm doing myself more of a disservice than any benefit. So I would rather just not do that. Right. Is there anything else? I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking about doing some videos in the past. That's basically, there were some sub goals within the first 2 months of me making videos. Because I was trying to do a lot of stuff and make a lot of videos, but some of them didn't work out, like the iceberg video that I was planning to make. Good thing X Mortis made a good video about that, so you can just go watch his video. And a lot of other stuff I was thinking of making, I never got around to making. And this video that I'm making right now exists purely because I figured, hey, why not just explain my origin story and why I'm doing this? And you know, that's about it. That's about it. So basically, I'm not really gonna summarize stuff. This has been 20 minutes of explanation. Thanks everybody for watching. This is my backstory. I guess is yeah, it's not very detailed, but it's not a lot to say. I mean, I make videos hating on DSP. Oh yeah, also another thing. Could I make videos hating on somebody else? Absolutely. There's terrible people on the internet. But do they engage me in the same way that DSP engages me mentally and makes me think the same things and while also entertaining me? I don't specifically know many of those people. That's why on the second channel I tried watching an LTG video by June the King. That was a good video. I watched it, but still nothing that grips me as much as good old Phil. Because the guy is just that much of a train wreck and he's just that ignorant about it. And there's something special about it. I just can't explain. Now, for the people that don't get it and don't understand hate watching, I'm not gonna try and convince you. I'm not gonna try and make you like me or the format that I do. I'm not gonna try and convince you that what I do is positive or fun or interactive or chill. I don't care if you think that, because at the end of the day, this is not a big deal. This is not that serious. Matter of fact, it is kind of fucking goofy. All of this is kind of goofy. Making videos about somebody who you don't like is pretty goofy. And that guy being fucking goofy as fuck is goofy. So yeah, in the end of the day, it's not that serious. It's all in good fun. I'm not gonna show up at DSP's door with a sawn-off shotgun. At least not yet. Well, we'll see. We'll see in the future, but for now, he's safe from me. And yeah, that's it. That's it, I guess. Take care, stay safe, and don't try this at home. Alright? See you around.